Right. Welcome back, everyone, to the 210 Stockyard. I'm Xavier, your host, and you may notice a different face next to me. Say what's up.
Hey, what's going on, everyone out there? Horns forward.
That's the homie Nate. Cody couldn't make it this week because he's got a job. All
Yeah, I
right.
don't know what those are.
Yeah, so I got the homie Nate with me. He's actually a season ticket holder as well, so we go to games together. So, yeah, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
For sure. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let's take a look at some of these highlights, if you will.
Ooh, yes, the far few in between what we have here.
Let's bring it back. So, I mean, from the get-go, the game wasn't bad. I mean, here the crowd looks a little dead, but we ended up having a little over 9,000 people there.
Oh, yeah, that's really good attendance. I know previously when we first started off, we didn't have that many coming in. But yeah, I was surprised, especially for a Friday game.
Yeah, it was a Friday
Yeah.
night game. I didn't see a whole lot of people tailgating, but it still was a good mix in the crowd.
That's true. I think people are still recovering from Fiesta.
Yeah, and yeah, that's true. So this game we ended up losing. Though I'm gonna say I think we could have and should have won that game. Hogan did great. That was a good pass right there. That's
Yes.
Corbin, man. This guy's a running back that can catch. I love it.
Yeah. It was one of the explosive plays that, again, got us excited in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, that guy's going to be the starting running back for our next game because McFarland's still out. So,
Okay.
yeah, so we got Corbin starting, Hogan starting as far as I know. Unfortunately, though, we are out of the playoffs. So,
Oh, what?
yeah, it's it's week 8 now, dude. I mean, there's only 3 games
That's
left.
right.
We've only won 1 game, so
Okay.
the game coming up against Memphis, you could call it the toilet bowl.
Oh,
It's both one-win
what?
teams going at it.
And didn't we? Wasn't this team too as well? Just a one?
No, DC's
DC won a
DC's
few?
on the no,
Okay.
they're on the top, but they're the one team that we beat.
Ah, that's what it was.
And
Okay.
we could have beaten again. We should have beaten them in this game.
No,
It's-
I agree with all the good gameplay that we had, and
Mm-hmm.
then going into. I know we're going to go into the second quarter here, and I know we're going to touch on that. But
Yeah.
again, we had some great explosive plays in the first quarter that got us excited, making some moves down the field. But then, yeah, and once we get into the second
Yeah,
quarter, we're going to see.
it's just the undisciplined, plays. Look at that toss.
Oh, beautiful.
Good fucking throw, good catch. Good. Now, when Hogan has protection, he can throw. That guy can throw.
Agreed.
But the O-line isn't always there. I was so happy that Alize Mack finally got a touchdown.
Remember that used to be our old seats right there.
Yeah, we used to
have-
be right. Yeah, if we would have renewed our season tickets, we would have been right there celebrating with them. But yeah, alas, we're still in the front row, just on the 10-yard
Yeah,
line.
some decent protection finally. Again, very exciting first quarter. Big surprise, especially from the prior week where it was just.
We only scored 3.
Exactly. And the undisciplined, from what I can see, is just the lack of discipline on these plays offensively and defensively last game.
Yep.
So, big improvements.
So this episode, as always, is being recorded in the stream room of the Otaku Cafe. What do you like about the cafe, man?
Cafe.
Yeah.
It brings everybody together that has the common interest in video games and just fun and anime. So I love being a part of this, being here, and it is so welcoming, and they are just fun to be around.
Yeah, if you like watching anime, if you like collecting figures, plushies, or even just Japanese drinks and snacks, stop by the
Come on
Otaku
in.
Cafe. Yeah, stop in, nerd out. And welcome to another face that you guys may have missed, the guy on the couch, a.k.a. Richard. Welcome. You just going to sit there? Say hi. All right, he said hi. Okay, so, yeah, game, here we go. It's 6-6, red zone. Nice.
I will say we do sit right there in that area. We did see some holding on both. I was a little surprised. We did get away with it, but again, it is the goal line. There's expected to be a little roughness around in there in that area. So again, it was equal both parts. Again, good call, good catch.
Yeah, the refs do tend to miss a lot of holding calls in the UFL. I'll give him that. It's a good stop right there. Good defense. He hurt himself.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah, but that's why they have that anytime challenge. It's just unfortunate that they do miss a lot of calls. Look at that. Corbin again.
Yeah.
This guy has stepped up so huge in the place of McFarland. I'm so glad we have him. He can run and catch.
What's his background? Where did he come from?
Corbin?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know off the top of my head. He didn't. He wasn't surprised me. Oh, this doinked in, by the way. This field goal barely bounced inward. Destroying is still out, folks. By the way, our kicker, he's got a groin pull, so he won't be back till maybe next week or the final week, but really doesn't matter.
Oh, and who's this player?
It's Marquez Stevenson, a.k.a.
Steven.
Speedy.
Speedy, that's
Yeah.
right. And, yeah, he was doing this all night as far as getting some good yardage on the returns.
Oh, apparently Corbin went to where? A&M and where?
A&M and then Florida State.
Florida State. Okay. So
Not only does he work here, he is our fact checker as well.
yeah. Look at let's can I bring this back? This fucked us for a bit. All right, so this was with 8 seconds left in the
Yes.
damn half, and we're up, and just bobbles the handoff, and a scoop and score, and they tied it. So if this mistake doesn't happen, we go into the half up
Yes.
6, and we get the ball back to start the half.
And this is what we were talking about earlier. Again, great first quarter. Very, again, exciting, pushing the ball. We get into the second quarter. We think we're going to finish strong, maybe just push it down the field a little bit more to gain some yardage. And this is what we get, the undisciplined offensive line.
And this makes it worse because this wasn't just a fumble. This was a butt fumble. Look, let me go back up. So he runs into the backside of his own lineman, just like Mark Sanchez did. Boom. Butt fumble. I can't believe the UFL has a butt fumble. And they're talking,
Sanchez.
yeah, I didn't realize that's a term now. He's been Sanchized. Okay, so, yeah, and it's a stupid mistake. Again, we had the lead. We had the momentum. Just fucked it up right before the half, and it carried over. I think it carried over into the second half. It's like, oh, no, that mental, we messed up, that mental quicksand, and they couldn't, I guess, get themselves out of it.
It was definitely a momentum changer. Again, DC did come out in the third, ready to play, where we were just still a little relaxed.
We tried to hurdle. I wouldn't recommend. That guy's too big. I mean, good job. And we utilized the tight ends a lot. I noticed that in the game plan or the scheme for this was kind of a run and shoot with the tight ends. Oof.
Offensive line.
Yeah, O-line.
Yeah.
It's 50-50. Either they're going to give him max coverage or they're just going to let someone through.
Did we lose a lot of people from coming from last year to this year?
We
Half
lost.
of the
We
O-line?
lost
Okay.
about half. I mean, of course, the better defenders went to the NFL. They got camp invite, so they're on practice squad. So I mean, that's going to happen.
That's what the league's all about, right?
Yeah.
Again, improving, getting seen, and moving on to the next stage, and then replacing that talent. And it looks like we didn't this year.
Yeah, another. So both tight ends scored touchdowns in this game, by the way. It was all tight end centric, I guess. But yeah, we lost half of the defense in the better half, but we came back strong, or at least I thought we came back strong with our secondary starting the season. It just didn't pan out. I mean, for some reason, and I can't explain it, the defense hasn't been the caliber of defense that they were last season.
Yeah, and again, we did start off with our head coach from last year. Again, we know he went out for some sickness for quite some time. Again, he is more of a defensive coach,
Yeah.
right?
Wade is, yeah, he won a Super Bowl as a defensive coordinator with the Broncos.
So, again, we are missing him, as you could tell. Again, I think out of the offensive defense right now, this year alone, the defense is probably a little bit stronger than the offense.
Oh, look at that.
A little bit more disciplined. But again, we're not out there scoring, making these long drives. Our defense is going to get tired, and this is the result.
Yeah, time of possession is kind of a killer for us. We do allow our opponents to possess the ball a lot longer than we do. And over the middle, dude, I don't know what it is with
All game.
yeah, every game, it seems like all game, whether if it's man or zone, for some damn reason, San Antonio loves to leave the middle of the field wide open. Just like right here, look at that, wide open, just cut across the middle.
I believe, weren't they making that same play on that the safety all night?
Yeah,
It was the same.
yeah, I want to say it was Corey Mayfield, and we've lost safeties due to trade or going into the season, the hype around one of the best safeties, was supposed to be one of the best safeties in the league, was Greedy Williams out of LSU. Plays one game with us that we sucked. You know, our first game was bad, and he left the team after that.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, he didn't. I don't know if
Did he sign with anybody else? Do we know
No,
that,
no.
or-
It may have been an attitude problem, but after the first game, he was gone. So I don't know
wow.
if he left or was released, but he was no longer part of the team.
Some people just don't like money, I guess.
And speaking of that, I mean, kind of a side note, the UFL did finalize their collective bargaining agreement with the
Okay.
players. So they now make more money. I want to say $7,000 more.
Okay.
And they get also year-round health coverage, which they didn't have
Oh, that's
prior.
good.
So lots of good incentives that happen to kind of keep the league going and keep the players happy. So if anybody's worried about, oh, is this league going to last? It looks like it is. I mean, just based off the fact that they can now pay players more and give them health care year-round, not just during the season.
And
So-
kudos to that first run, right, for the XFL re-release and
Yeah.
not having all those items in place. And look, hard work has paid off. We're continuing to grow, and we got more incentives for the players. So that's awesome.
Now, this, by the way, at the time, when number 3 misses,
Yeah.
I think it's Darius. Who is that? I'm not sure who
Oh,
that is,
he
but
went down, yeah.
I don't know if he was faking that. It looks like he knew he was about to get beat,
yeah.
and then like, oh shit, like,
You know,
oh
when I
wait,
saw that
my
too, and I
hammy.
was like, okay, you're faking it because you got beat or you really got injured.
Yeah, I guess I should have checked on the injury report to see if he. Oh, I could see
Well,
it here
actually,
in a bit.
yeah, I don't think he was on the injury report.
No, I don't think he was.
But yeah, he was beat really bad, and then when you went down like that, I was like, yeah, just own it.
Yeah,
at
like,
this point.
yeah, you got beat. Now, Jordan Teamu, by the way, DC's quarterback, in my opinion, is probably the best passer in the league. He obviously leads the league in passing yardage, but I mean that guy can throw anywhere. It seems like I would be very surprised if he doesn't get an NFL at least camp invite. He's definitely one of my front runners for MVP, by the way, because he can just throw the ball. This episode is sponsored by HighGardenDelivers.com. High Garden is San Antonio's premier online cannabis dispensary. They have flour, they have gummies, they have vapes, pre-rolls. So if you guys partake, visit HighGardenDelivers.com.
And you don't want to go out in the hot heat of San Antonio?
Yeah.
Just use the online service.
Yeah,
they deliver.
Have someone bring it to you. You can also use code GAR10, that's GAR10, for 10% off of your first order. HighGardenDelivers.com. But, oh, man, look
That's
at
beautiful.
that.
Beautiful.
Again, Corbin again.
The
To the
10 to 5,
house.
yes. That's when we had hope.
Yeah, and then so they'll do something like this. We'll have a big play that brings us back in. Yeah, gives us hope, gets the fans rowdy. And this, by the way, is a bad picture of the crowd. I mean, it was scattered, but being there, it seems like there's more people than what they're showing.
They were all at the concession stands. I'm just saying.
Yeah. A little over 9,000. Yeah, the home opener had 14,400 plus. And for this, we lost about 5,000 in attendance.
I would say it's due to Friday game.
Yeah, but it was a Friday game, and I hate to sound or speak negative, but parking went up, dude. Like,
Yeah. The cost?
Yeah, okay, first year with the XFL, I think it was 20 or 25 to park. Last year was 30, and this year, just because, it's now 35. So it is way more expensive to park than to go to the game.
The parking tariffs, everyone.
Yeah, parking tariffs, I guess. Yeah. Even the imported beer is more expensive at the Dome.
Oh, yes.
too.
What's a beer now? $21.
21.
$21
For a beer.
for a beer. Don't even get me started.
This guy was wide open, too.
So, again, exciting plays to give us hope, and then the lack of coverage, right?
Yeah, and the sad thing is they announce it. Like,
Yes.
number 74 is reporting as eligible.
Exactly.
Like, if I can hear that announcement, I'm thinking, keep an eye on
Hang on,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, if he's reporting as eligible, that means he's an option. Nobody covers him.
And I think we saw a lot of that in this game, where there were people checking in and out as eligible receivers, and this is just again a mental mistake. You can't have this. And again, it's done at the most critical time. We're in the fourth quarter. We just came back to tie, and then this is what we get.
It's just like the defense takes plays off. I mean, so does the O-line. Like, they don't give it 100% the whole time. And bad sack. Just an example.
Well, in my opinion, they're out there too long. They're
That
just
too?
out there too long.
Yeah. And see, fourth quarter, minute and a half. I mean, we kept it interesting, 24 to 32. And it was just our mistakes that killed us. Bad coverage. So, yeah, I think
Offensive line.
Yeah, Hogan's good. As you can see, he's not much of a scrambler. He's obviously a pocket passer, but you got to give him time. And he doesn't always have that. Boom.
Boom.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yep. And then Speedy.
Ah,
It was third. Okay, this was a 3rd and 31. All right, on 3rd and 31, you're thinking it's game over. And he actually manages to get the
it.
entire 31 plus yards and then drops the damn ball.
Again, he didn't have two hands on the ball. We saw that
And
right
then,
there.
yeah.
Again, we had
And-
the defender pulling on it, and yep, cover it up, protect it. I think
And-
that would have been a nice play if we would have got that, and then made some outside passes, to stop the clock, and maybe just bring it back.
And Hogan did that, by the way, in our last game, too, even though we lost when we scored 3 points against Birmingham. I want to say it was a Birmingham game. Maybe it was a Houston game, but it was one of the games, one of the embarrassing losses that we had where even though we're losing, he still managed to get us downfield like 80 yards in 2 plays.
Okay.
He has that ability. But when your receivers are, making mistakes like that, can't win ball games.
Yeah. Well,
So,
we're going to see tonight, right? I mean, not tonight,
tomorrow
but
night.
tomorrow night.
Yeah.
When we're going back into the dome and we have those good seats, and we're going to see what they bring in.
Yep.
Even though with the inactive players, and I know you're going to cover that for
Yeah,
us.
so here's the inactives. So we do have starting receiver Greg Warder's out. Starting running back McFarland is out again, but I'm not too worried about him being out. We have a great running back room. We still got Corbin there. So
Corbin did a great job.
O-line, Kelly's out on the O-line. Sexton is out. He's more of a, I guess, returner, but he's a good returner to have. He's the guy that ran back the 80-yard kickoff return for a touchdown.
Oh, okay.
So he's out. This guy, Henry, I don't believe is going to be much of a factor.
Okay.
Prince Emili's definitely going to be a factor on defense. So
You think so? I think our defense does a pretty decent job. I didn't see anybody go back there a lot of times to get the quarterback this last game. I think we had 2 or maybe 3 sacks.
that would be what Prince Emili does, and he's not going to be there.
He's an interrupter, disruptor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and we haven't had him. So that's. But the other good thing, if I have it. Here are the inactives for Birmingham. So it's a lot of their defense. I think that's going to be out.
Yeah.
And they did announce that, I guess, because of the playoff hopes basically being over, and there's only 3 games left in the season.
Okay.
What Memphis's coach is going to do is a bit of a quarterback carousel. He's going to allow all 3 of his quarterbacks to get some playing time, to get some tape on them. So we're going to be playing against 3 different QB styles. I don't know if that's going to hurt our defense or help.
It sounds like, again, he's helping out the players and then also throwing stuff to the wall to see what sticks. So
Okay, yeah. So
we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, I guess we're playing an experimental offense for Memphis tomorrow.
And again, it won't hurt, right? I think both teams at this point, we're going to use these games to see, hey, are we going to bring these players back?
Yeah.
Or who are we going to let go and move on and hopefully improve?
I do think, I hate to call it, but I think we'll be victorious in the toilet bowl.
I think so too. I think we over this season we've learned a lot, right? I think every game we're improving. We're not where we want to be, right?
Yeah.
Of course, we're not in the playoffs, but it'll be good to know as a fan moving forward and going to these games and buying these season tickets that we're on the road to improvement, and hopefully we can come back like last year, and be a contender for the big show.
I think we can. And again, what hurt us too is the coaching, carousel that we had to go through with AJ Smith going out, Wade going out, and then Peyton Party taking over. So it was a lot this year. Scheduling sucked too, but
so we got shorted a home game. San Antonio did get shorted a home game.
Yeah, by the time we got our first home game, I mean, we were damn near out of the playoffs. So I mean, let's improve on that. UFL. Here are the power rankings though going into week 8. So at the top, Michigan and DC. Well, actually, they're all 5-2. But I'll agree. I do think Michigan is the best team right now. They're my favorite to win. I think, if not them, then maybe St. Louis. I would put St. Louis ahead of DC.
DC, we had that chance to.
Yeah, because we could have knocked them out.
Yeah,
man. We beat them once, and we could have knocked them out again. I don't think they're as strong as their record, says.
Looks like Arlington's still struggling from last year.
Yep, but they can't close games, man. Arlington, they will do good. They will go far. They just can't finish. That's their problem. And as you can see, us in Memphis, we're 1-6. So one of us is going to have 2 wins by the end of the season. Houston surprised me. I didn't think Houston would be good, but with who is their QB? Can't remember his name, but anyway, the dual quarterback that they have just came out of nowhere. If he stays with Houston, they're going to be a problem next year.
And it's funny.
McClendon, sorry, that's
we
his name.
see Houston in the playoffs this year, and then the year before they lost Wade to us.
Yeah.
And then we went to the playoffs. So
Yeah.
again, struggling after the Wade loss, right? The loss of Wade, and now we have lost Wade, and then this is where we're at.
Yeah.
So hopefully, again, if it's trending, we'll be back in the playoffs. Hopefully with a new coach.
Yeah, some solid coaching.
So yeah,
staff.
again, nothing bad about our coach now. We know he's new to the job, and he's getting the players where he needs to be. But again, if there's somebody
and-
more qualified, let's bring him on.
Yeah, when you don't have a long training camp and a shortened season, it is kind of hard to develop all that chemistry. But we'll see. I'm still fun to go. And if, by the way, tomorrow night's game is like a veteran military appreciation game.
Oh,
so
our beers are $10 instead of 21.
I wish. We are getting free hats. So if you guys show up to the
Okay.
game, be one of the first ones in the door to get a free Brahmas hat. And the theme is a yellow out. So try to wear your yellow to the
yeah.
game. So it's
Means I have to buy another shirt.
yeah, or I can loan you one.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, yellow out next game. All right. All right. So that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks again to my buddy Nate for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me on this episode. I'm hoping to maybe come in and step in for Cody.
Yeah, do more. Yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah, this is pretty awesome. Again, excited to be part of this. Excited to be part of the Brahma family, Horns Forward. And again, hopefully next year we're there.
Next year's our year. Sound like a Cowboys fan. Yeah. Appreciate you guys watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Click the notification tab. That way you become aware whenever a new episode comes out. And as always, horns forward. Start recording. Are we recording? We're on it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. This thing is crazy. Okay, that's good.
You good? I feel
Yeah.
like I'm higher than you.
It's all right. I'm short Mexican.
All right.
I like that. That was a good one.
You like that one? Yeah. All right.